Marjorie Taylor Greene was furious earlier this week when you had 14 Republicans in the Senate join with the Democrats to pass gun control legislation, a milestone here in the United States, even if, of course, it doesn't go as far as needed. Still, a big feat for them to be able to get something done in the Senate on this. So after the Senate voted, Marjorie Taylor Greene holds a little press conference where she was confronted by a British reporter. Wanted to call the United States out for their, obsession with guns and, of course, the high death rate that comes along with it. To which Marjorie Taylor Greene told this British reporter to go back to your country. Here's the clip. Take a look at Marjorie Taylor Greene just going off on this reporter. Here it is.
And it's our job to defend the Second Amendment.
Yeah, I understand that we don't have guns in the UK, that is true, but we don't have mass shootings either. Children aren't scared to go to school.
You have mass stabbings, lady. You have all kinds of murder, and you've got laws against
nothing
that.
Like the same rates.
Well, you can go back to your country and worry about your no guns.
That's very kind.
We like ours here.
Now, for a moment, I don't usually like to do this, but let's talk about the complete lack of class from Marjorie Taylor Greene that you saw in that clip, right? Going back up to the podium said, "You got mass stabbings, lady." What a vile and disgusting human being, right? Watching her do that was like watching one of those Karen videos online. The angry white woman that doesn't get absolutely every single thing that she wants, so she throws a fit in the middle of a Walmart. That's what I saw when I watched that clip of Marjorie Taylor Greene right there. First and foremost, there have been mass stabbings in the United Kingdom. There's been a couple, yeah. It's not an epidemic, certainly not a daily or even monthly occurrence. That's like saying, "You've got the plague, lady." Sure, it happened before, but that doesn't mean it's a regular occurrence. So she doesn't even have her facts right on that. And if you want to talk about the murder rates, the murder rate here in the United States is 4 times higher than it is over in the United Kingdom. And of course, 80% of murders in this country involve guns. 80%. They don't have that in the UK. And that is all that reporter was trying to point out. More guns equals more gun deaths. It doesn't keep anybody safer. It actually makes you more likely to die. It does the opposite of keep you safe. I mean, that's just statistics talking. You may not like it, but that's the truth. That's what it does. And that's what this reporter, who doesn't have to deal with this back home, was trying to explain to Marjorie Taylor Greene. And her response was, "Go back to your country." Which is usually the statement that we hear coming out of, the racists and the bigots, when they're talking about immigrants, whenever they hear somebody speaking Spanish here in the United States, "Go back to your country." And it's one thing, again, to see it from these racist people who, get caught in videos online. It's another entirely when it's coming from a sitting member of Congress to a reporter. But this is the public face that the United States is showing the rest of the world. I have had people come up to me just in the past year. I've had a couple from the United Kingdom come up to me and mention people like Marjorie Taylor Greene and Matt Gaetz. I had a gentleman from Canada recently come up to me and mention these people. I mean, this is what happens, folks. We may think that we have these odd little nutballs, but there are little nutballs. Nobody's paying attention to them, but no. I mean, you get emails from people in Australia talking about Matt Gaetz and Marjorie Taylor Greene. That's our public face. That's what the rest of the world sees. And believe me, the rest of the world sees it. The rest of the world is going to see that clip of her telling that British reporter to go back to her country too. And that is how we are viewed by the rest of the world. Marjorie Taylor Greene may not be any kind of a leader in Congress, but in the eyes of the rest of the world, that woman screaming, "Go back to your country," that's who all of us are right now. Thanks for watching, and if you like what you saw, don't forget to like, comment, share, and most importantly, subscribe to our Ring of Fire channel here.